We are now listening to Hellcat by Ivory Archer, who will be talking to in a sweet moment. Hold tight there, Ivory.
Run this motherfucker like, hey, where you at? Been through this and that. Out on the town in my Hellcat. M's, yeah, I make them game, set and match. L's, yeah, I had them game, set and match. Been working hard for my riches. Ain't fucking with no basic bitches. Coming in strong, they
Cheers.
should call me a hazard. I came to get the crown, got no time for ya. I don't worry, I don't mind. I drink wine and fly. I don't worry, yeah, I don't mind. I got God and grind. I'm building empires, you're serving your husband. Don't need a man, honey, got a body, God, he's handsome. If I'm held captive, he got my back and ransom. Don't be bitter with the truth, you dug your grave, I got my proof. Hey, where you at? Been through this and that. Out on the town in my Hellcat. M's, yeah, I make them game, set and match. L's, yeah, I had them game, set and match. Been working hard for my riches. Ain't fucking with no basic bitches. Coming in strong, they should call me a hazard. I came to get the crown, got no time for ya. Hey, where you at? Been through this and that. Out on the town in my Hellcat. M's, yeah, I make them game, set and match. L's, yeah, I had them game, set and match. Been working hard for my riches. Ain't fucking with no basic bitches. Coming in strong, they should call me a hazard. I came to get the crown, got no time for ya. I can run, I can run this motherfucker like.
Ivory Archer. She can run. She ain't hiding. She out here. Welcome everybody to another episode of Grounded. Ivory Archer, thank you so much for joining me today. How we doing?
Having me.
Of course. It has to
I'm
be.
doing this with you.
Yes. Well, you've been such a lovely support to me and many others, so it's nice to acknowledge you this time.
Thank you. And shout out to everybody, Vibe Union, yourself, the Jester that hangs out with King.
Yes.
I've been hanging to say that. I'm going, thank you, that's what it's all about, Give and receive, it's a beautiful energy,
I
and
feel
it's
that.
much needed in such an industry.
Yes. Talking about beautiful energy and getting grounded. Today is the 13th of September. It's not a Friday, so it should be lucky for us. It's just clocked 4 o'clock, and just want to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, the Boomerang people and the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. Pay respects to elders and leaders, past, present, and emerging, and just offer my gratitude for the space that we get to record and play on.
And guys, I offer my gratitude as well to the people,
Please.
the real people of this land.
Yes. The real
Much
people.
respect.
Thank you. So, Ivory, you are a wondrous R&B, rap, trap, pop artist who's been firing off in the scene for years. You're very good at connecting and reaching out to the people who are in the scene, and I feel like you got a lot of love and care for it as well. Would you say this is right? You've got a lot of love and care for the scene?
Yeah. It's just something that comes so naturally to me. And music in general from a very, very young age has been a way of coping and healing for me. And obviously when out on the scene, watching other live performers, or connecting with other live local artists, at different gigs, always meeting like-minded people. I have my people that I do form certain attachments to, and from there, obviously, straight up, there's a love and a care that comes with that for me, and it's I just feel natural. It's naturally always unfolded for me. It's been one of my purposes, I feel, to be able to let another artist know, like they're doing great. You know, oh, can you see me?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I was just taking a quick note. I'm just taking notes.
Um, so just quickly going back on that,
Mm,
yeah, it's definitely um, just something that's it's deeply a part of me, and with this for myself, I've always felt like I have found my place and I belong as well. You know.
right. Is that just recently, or has that been years ago? When did you feel this sense of belonging in the community?
I've been phases like in and out of, I've been very lucky to have met, intertwined, collaborated, whether even if it's something that's not released, just
Mm-hmm.
to be able to, it's ongoing for years, but I have to say, honestly, probably since like the back end of 2019 and coming into 2020,
Right.
um, really getting to see all of you guys through Vibe Union. And
Cool.
then it really hit home very early 2021 when we were fortunate enough to do some live gigs together, and I came out and seen you guys down in Balaclava at
Yeah.
Lyrebird Lounge,
Yep.
and I got to touch base again with MQ,
Cool.
and
Shout
through
outs.
MQ, yeah, shout outs to MQ, my brother. So I've known MQ from way back Penny Black days. Penny
Yep.
Black, the venue in Melbourne, which is an amazing place for that held a lot of open mics for all the upcoming local artists. I was heavily involved in that back in
Mm.
like from 2017,
So
and I
that's
was just
on
finding my
Sydney
feet.
Road in Brunswick, yeah? Penny Black, Sydney Road,
Yeah,
Brunswick.
that's the one, the iconic Penny Black.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was like that became my home base, but I'm still finding my feet, defining myself as, just a local artist that was wanting to, sing live for people, put my projects out eventually, slowly. Um, but yeah, but going back on what you asked, definitely, I've always feel like I've, you know, had those wonderful connections, but I can honestly say since like Vibe Union has, been on the rise,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and again, shout out to all of Vibe Union. I really feel like I found my place to belong in the local as well. Like I feel like, yeah, I feel understood. The love is reciprocated. Um, you know, and it's sometimes it's even hard to put in words. It's like it's a feeling.
No,
Um,
I completely agree, and it's a feeling that you have to be open to, and in a way be seeking. And it sounds like that's very much how you navigate through the world. You know, a lot of feeling and intuition.
Definitely, it's a feeling, and yeah, I just think when I naturally, gravitate to a local artist, like through their sound, watching them live, um, that genuine, real, raw, live that live connection that you
Mm.
can get watching someone live for the first time. Straight off the bat, like it's like I will like anybody will feel really connected, and I just have this natural sense of urgency to nurture.
Mm.
Yeah, like, and I don't expect anything back. I just want to give that love. I'm always about the love. Um,
Yes, you certainly
you
are.
know,
And it
that's what that's what it's all about, man.
I agree. I mean, if we're not out here like sharing love and spreading the good feels, I mean, what's the point? I don't want to go and perform to make people feel agitated or tense. You know, I want to go out there and perform so people have a sense of like a relief or enjoyment. You know, feeling connected to something. And I just want to give you another shout out for because it's one thing to show artists support, but it's another thing to put on a gig for these artists. You know, you just said that the way that you get a lot of your inspiration and feeling is to go out and see the live performance. And obviously, you probably feel a similar thing when you're performing yourself. So a few months ago, you put on a number of Vibe Union members on a gig at what's the name of the venue again? It's on the spit of my tongue.
The Boogeyman Bar,
Yeah.
Huddle Street, Melbourne. Yeah, and Jack Peters is the owner of that amazing little bar.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Cool.
we're down there.
Thank you so much for that. It was one of those things where, Vibe Union organizes and puts on a lot of stuff, but nobody puts us on. You know what I mean? Like, we're out here making moves, but for you to be like, what do I need to do to put on a gig with Vibe Union? And we're like, just put on a gig for Vibe Union, and you did it. And like that night was really memorable. It's all about like just bringing us all together to share, that fun, that live fun. And
100%.
you put such a nice energy behind it, and yeah, so we really appreciate that.
Thank you.
I really appreciate that. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Again, it came so naturally for me. I really just wanted to showcase, you guys, and my newfound, belonging to like-minded people through music. And, I just felt here I'm about to show my age a little bit, but that's all. It's all good. But,
You don't have to, by
like,
the way. You're not obliged to reveal anything.
But, like locally, like you said at the beginning, and thank you for introducing me so beautifully. But like as you said at the beginning, I've been doing this for a really long time. When there were no Instagrams or Facebooks and things like that, and I will say, I'm happy to say, and because I feel very lucky. I'm coming up to my 40th year of being alive this year.
Big ups.
Later this year. So, that's really massive. And yes, going back on everything, what you're asking, like, so back when I was, 17, 18, and, it was what we had then, it was like chance meeting of, being in the right room at the right time, and it's always cutthroat, but like just to meet like-minded local people was just it was very rare.
A lot more chance involved.
Pardon?
A lot more chance involved.
Yeah, definitely. And, I just feel from my own experiences as somebody new locally on the scene, back in my early young Ivory time.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of that support from outside. Like I had my own family support, of course, but just to have the outsiders and, of course, like up and coming local artists, it was just really hard to connect with people back then as opposed to now, or the last, say, 5 to 6 years when
Right.
I feel like, the Melbourne music community really started like coming together and making things more available to local artists and, people providing these, open mic nights, obviously way before lockdowns and stuff. But, there was just so much variety going on, I think I remember, which was fantastic since like 2017, 2016. And that's when I really started to, I had the pleasure of getting to see and meet so many beautiful new artists that had this, whatever the genre they were doing of music or they were bringing to the table, everybody was, looking for that same recognition, to be seen, to be heard, to be felt, telling their stories. And so I just feel, going back again, I just feel as an elder, you could say, in the local scene, I feel it is my time and purpose where, if I can get the opportunity to provide, because I know so many people over time, I'm so lucky to know so many people in the scene that have venues that are, that have the connection. So I want to use my, my sources to be able to provide to the young, to the up and coming, you know, or established artists that need maybe some more stage time. People that I do love to listen to live that I've, you know, discovered
Right.
and you know, still discovering more of, and I'm surprised every time. And you know, it's just something, I naturally live for.
Cool.
And like again, it's just a part of my music life. It's
I
it's
love
like
that.
food for me. It's like food. It's like food for me.
Yeah.
Without it, like I'm dead. You know.
Well, I
So
feel like
you know, and here we are.
I feel like you cook up a whole lot of, as I said earlier, you know, you provide a whole lot of nurturing for people. The thing is, like, at the end of the day, most people don't get a whole lot of love and support on the thing that we're doing. You know, it is very kind of lonely. You're on your own. You have to go out there and, you know, make connections and moves on your own. But there's not many, if any, people kind of giving this like top-down positive reinforcement, just being like, yeah, you know, you're on the path, keep doing what you're doing. I might have this like gig for you if you want to do it, but yeah, you know, it's nice to have that because there's not too many individuals that do that, and I guess that's why groups like Vibe Union emerge. It's because they want to create together with a particular, you know, intent or feeling or love behind them, and it's hard to do that on your own. So, love your work.
Yeah, that's right. And it is. It's hard, but I just like you know, it's a few of us here and there, and you know, it should come from a place of no other expectation, and from a place where you know, someone like myself obviously like loves to get out there and bring people together as well, just like the way Vibe Union do. That was the thing. Like I just felt really connected to the way you guys, you know, run things all together, and I immediately saw that you know, the connection, and you know, I gravitated to that, you know, the love and the warmth in the room. I remember that one night at Lyrebird Lounge, I was coming there to actually get my drink on.
Yeah.
And you know, and kids like just jump up, and like it'd been a while since I'd sung live, and I had released my track Taking Time, which was produced and recorded with my little nephew Starboy. I was lucky to do that over in Adelaide.
Cool.
You know, it's a very meaningful track.
Yeah.
And I actually performed that for the first time live ever. It was like random with you guys at Lyrebird Lounge, and I couldn't have had a much better time and place to just, you know, get front and deep in and have that go on. And, you know, and again, like through that night, it just sort of, it ignited, you know, a newfound passion and love to, I thought, wow, like, check out all the kids here, you know, the young adults, music
kids,
adults. I thought, you know what I mean? Like, you know, the kids, like, check them out. Like, wow, I'm loving this. I love what they're doing. The way, like, everybody was embracing one another. And I thought, this is what I've been looking for, you know? Yeah, like, again, just naturally, you know, simply, it was very, very pleasing and easy for me to go, right, you know, I teamed up with Jack Peters, and I was like, let's put on this show. I want to put on this show and showcase, you know, our local Melbourne artists that, you know, they need more stages and platforms. And let's do this R&B, hip hop, rap night.
Hey.
You know, get, you know, STP Georgia, down to Georgia,
STP.
you know, on the decks as well. Yeah. Just to show that versatility and versatility, love, energy, and you know, giving. I just love to be able to give those opportunities and make people feel elevated.
Yeah.
And it's something I always say, like, it's you know, going back when I was younger, we didn't always have that, you know, elevation and that, you know, that love energy from one artist to another, like a little local artist trying to get on the scene. And I think it is part of my life purposes through music. I feel so much fulfillment from it when I can do something for the community. Cool. If I can, I'll do it.
I love it. You did it. You will continue to do it. quickly,
Yeah.
shout outs to Connor in the chat, just saying good day to you and myself. So thanks, Connor, for dropping by.
Wanna-
Love your work. All right, so continuing on and almost wrapping up this idea of, I guess, your infinite love in the scene. Um, there's a term that I think you hold quite dear to your heart, romantic rebel. Do you want to talk about like what that means to you and like connecting it back to this conversation we're
Romantic
having
girl.
now?
Oh yeah. Actually, I'm currently wearing my romanticized hoodie from
Hey,
an amazing label.
hey,
Can you see it? Romanticized.
yeah, it looks amazing.
Um, yes, I romantic rebel. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. Romantic rebel is something. It's truly it's very true to me. As I mean, the character I feel I portray like on stage, live, but also lyrically through my music. Um, and it's yeah, and it's truly it stems back to like my real life experiences. I would never give any of my journeys away. I have no regrets
Yeah.
because through all everything I've encountered till now, um, yeah, I've been that romantic rebel. Like I've had to learn that the hard way sometimes
Right.
in 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 all situations regarding say love, um, family, just life in general. So
What's
and yeah, and
the what's
again,
the
like
what's the rebellious element of the romance?
that. Okay, so I've always gone kind of against the odds.
Okay.
Um,
The odds
and stuff
of
and
you
result
love in
and
the
yeah,
world? Is that what you're talking about? The odds of you love in the world?
yeah, with my own personal, like, I guess, situations or past relationships,
Mm-hmm.
I've always felt there's always been, yeah, just situations where I'm at odds with things, and I will always like go against what everybody else is expecting of me.
Okay, cool,
Um,
cool. I get it. So like you fight against the social
yeah,
norms to embrace the romance that you see in your heart.
yeah, like if we're gonna get really personal, it's like basically, I thought there was a relationship in the past. There was a time where there was a lot of heartache,
Mm-hmm.
but again, and a lot of growth came from that. But through that as well, like um, there was, you know, things were not on my side, no matter how hard I tried. And
Mm.
the great thing was having music as an outlet. Of course, I was able to, obviously sing about it. But again, even through the songs that I was choosing to sing, whether they were covers or my own originals, like you would hear obviously that things were always against me, like no matter how hard I try. So, but then and yeah, and there came a point in time I was just like, forget it, I'm just gonna do what I want,
Mm.
and I'm not gonna listen anymore. I don't want to do like to please. I don't want to please just anyone anymore. I'm gonna go about things in life my way, and yeah. So I thought I'm the romantic rebel,
Yes.
So yeah,
That's
and I
really
put that
great.
into my music.
Yeah, cuz obviously I'm a big fan of your music. I feel like a lot of it is infused with a lot of love. Um, you're quite good at speaking
I'm a big
on
fan of you too.
a bit of insanity too, but I do feel like you're good. You're a good person to speak on love and feelings. Obviously, we talked before. That seems to be the thing that kind of leads and helps you navigate through life. So yeah, continue to trust that, Ivory. I think that's something that you can take to the grave.
Yeah, I will. I have not stopped continuing to trust, through that.
Hmm.
Um, and I mean, just the word itself, romantic, and the meaning of that. Yeah, I mean, I am, I think deep down I am a big romantic,
Hey,
just
hey.
giving things away now, obviously, but again, like, coming to a place of really understanding myself and accepting things the way that they are and have turned out, things that are out of my control, and accepting, it plays a big role in life to be able to come to a place where, you just accept. And luckily enough, as someone that, is involved in creation, I'm able to find healing through my music, and still find the love in that. And to be, I would rather, situations that have been negative, I find definitely healing in, writing about it, and as any artist obviously would. But I like to obviously touch on that a lot, like Romantic Rebel, and I like to put the love back in the music and tell my story, and that it's going to be all right. You'll get through it, type of thing, right. And I'm living proof. Here I am.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
you're repping romance in a real way out here. And Hannah Rose is backing that too. She says in the comments, such a lover in all ways, and puts her hands up. So Hannah Rose will be here talking about, I imagine, her love and other things in a week or so, coming up on Grounded, because of you being the link, because of you showing people love.
Yeah, no, of course, 100%. I absolutely adore Hannah Rose, and again, it's just, we've gone through so much together musically and personally, seeing each other grow. And definitely, again, like anyone that I do care for musically, or just I feel that they should get a bit of the the limelight to tell their side of things and their story. As a creator, so shout out to Hannah. I can't wait to see her next week.
Shall we
live with you. It's going to be amazing.
Shall we put Hannah on the map now? You can't see this yourself, but on the Twitch stream I've got in my Photoshop document, map of Melbourne. Shall we put Hannah Rose on it today?
Sorry, say that again.
I said on my Twitch stream I've got a map, where I'm putting people on the map.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Shall we put Hannah on there today?
1,000,000,000%.
Let's do it. All right, cool. Bear with me now.
Let's do it.
Do we know, Hannah, what side are you? Are you north, south, east, west, southeast?
Hannah is out in the CBD in South Bank. She's a city girl.
Yeah.
So she's out that way.
Okay, so we'll call it north and just say Melbourne north, yeah?
You could call it north, I guess, yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. Excellent.
Is she a producer as well? Is she a producer as well? Wouldn't call it north. All right.
Hannah, I believe, she's an all-rounder. Yeah. I really think she's coming to a place now where she has dived into producing, and she's always Hannah. I know Hannah as somebody musically that has always put her whole blood, sweat, and tears. She's behind everything she does. She puts so much work and time and energy and love and it's all very authentic and organic what she does. And but yeah, she stay tuned, because we're going to be seeing some big things from her still to come. We ain't even ready, and she hasn't even started. But what's out, and that goes for a lot of other artists too that I love. I actually wanted to mention too, but we'll keep on Hannah, but I just wanted to say, like, even Mikado. Yes. I absolutely love Mikado. She's just keeps wowing me lately, and just every time I see her too, there's so many beautiful young ladies and gentlemen in the industry. But yeah, going back to Hannah, she's just a real. She's just so real and raw, and and she's very into her craft, and I believe she's definitely diving into to producing. Definitely.
Cool. So she's moving into producing. Obviously equipped to do many wonderful things and has an eye for visuals as well.
Yeah, he sure does.
One of the most music.
He sure does.
Yeah. Which one is it? Which one is it? Give me a tick. Do. Where are you?
Her Home Sweet Home video was absolutely
That's the
like
one. Home Sweet Home. That was the one
Home
that
Sweet Home.
just looked
Home Sweet Home
absolutely.
was just out of this world and so beautiful to watch. And again, so much love and the the femininity and that she brought to the table with that, and just showing this, that like the feminine, sultry and loving, side again, like, that's her growing from her own love experiences and putting all that into her visual. So yeah, and through that video, I just saw, as an artist, I just fell in love with her all over again, musically,
Yes.
visually, and I'm so proud of her,
I think what's
So
really cool about I feel like people who are who's like a great Melbourne artist, something that's very Melbourne, I feel, is being very unique and embracing that like kind of individual stuff, and taking that as far as you can without being like, well, I'm just going to do what the other people are doing. And yeah, like the aesthetic, the sound that Hannah can kind of put together it's her own world, and I think that's great when you can kind of see that package.
it is. It's definitely the rosé world. Yeah, Miss Rosé. It's the rosé show.
That's it.
Yeah, she definitely. I feel like she's an artist again that I feel I like to highlight as much as I can whenever I can. We met each other just quickly. We met each other on pretty much each other's birthdays overlapping.
Oh wow.
She's born a day before me. Yeah, it was
Damn.
see, that was the start of some beautiful experiences back in like 2016, I believe. And
Right.
she was doing she was doing an open mic at a place called Mount Erica. Some of my friends were running the night there, and that I was still getting to know. And then but at the time I was like kind of the only kind of R&B-ish kind of out there female,
Right.
among the other folky, acoustic, gorgeous, local artists again.
Mm-hmm.
And then one night I'm there like kind of for my B-Day celebration, and it fell onto this open mic night, and then bang comes Hannah, and I'm just like, whoa. I'm like, yes.
Hey.
This is another female artist on the rise, like-minded, if not just so refreshing and better than what I was doing at the time. I feel like I've learned so much from her as well, even though I've
Cool.
been on the scene longer as a local artist.
That just means you're
but
very
there's
smart,
just so much.
Ivory. You're always going to be open to whoever teaching you something, and approach everyone with the idea that they know something that you don't.
Yeah, so it was just she's there's so much depth to her, and it was an amazing experience. We met on our birthdays, and she's 10 years younger than me, but so I naturally gravitate and have that nurturing towards her, and we formed a beautiful musical and personal friendship through again chance meeting, being at a live gig. So so important.
Yeah, it is important just to go out and wonder. Sorry, you go.
Sorry?
I said it is important to go out there and explore the scene, and you don't have to go out there with the intent of networking, but if you go out there with an open heart and enjoy it yourself, you're going to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just organically and authentically, just get out there when you can, and let things flow, and whatever's attracting you,
Yeah.
and it'll happen.
How are you dealing with not being able to go out and perform at the moment and watch all these live shows? How does that sit with you?
On the real, I'm with a heavy heart. I'm coping with most things. I'm pretty lucky, but one thing I'm not coping with is not being able yet to have you know, to be able to head out and go and support and watch live gigs and people that I want to continuously see on stage, continuously, yeah, and watch them, you know, with their live material, new live material, and you know, because we are all expecting, we were expecting, you know, so many dates were booked for so many of us, and you know, again, like I'm hoping things will open up, because I'm worried that there were 2 dates that I'm still working on and everything, but it's late in October and late in November.
Yeah.
I really want to be able to be out of lockdown and, you know, no restriction at all, to be able to have as many people come through and enjoy, you know, live Melbourne acts. But I'm not really coping well with that. It's hard to find for me. You know, yeah, being in person is just so important, and I get all, you know, all that healing and
Energy.
you know, that great from it. So, but you know, at the same time, I'm very, very grateful. Like Vibe Union, shout out to Vibe Union again, putting on all these live streams. It's such a fantastic thing and it's so important to be able to do, and you know, like, yeah, like, good on you guys for doing this for everybody, because we're keeping things together as a community. You guys are keeping things together, and
you're just
allowing
as much Vibe Union as we are.
Yeah, it's Vibe Union, man, and you know, bringing voices together in so many ways, through music, song, poetry, rap, you name it, and thank God for that. But I'll get there. We'll get there. You know, have my days, but you know.
Yeah, I feel you very much, and about 2 weeks ago, I think we had a chat kind of about all of this, and what that chat for me led to was me actually signing up for one of the Vibe Union open mic nights and having a new track, and yeah, we were both on it together, and honestly, it was your words, because I was saying, you know, I'm out of juice, I'm a bit down, like, what's the point of performing for a live stream? It's like, it's nowhere near the same. Is it a waste of time? It's not a waste of time. But you were like, you know, people are tuning in to watch. There is demand for it. Creativity and your thing is the thing that kind of helps and heals you, David. So just do it. And yeah, that sat with me. So I appreciate you saying that even to me.
You're so welcome. Of course. No, definitely so welcome. But and yeah, like these live streams, like for the first time I joined in, you know, last Saturday, and you know, I'm glad that I kind of put myself in, you could say, for me, like the deep end like that. It was kind of like my first proper live stream. But just watching you guys over the weeks, like, it's been like, oh, looking forward to it. Something exciting to, you know, tune into during these, you know, uncertain and hard times for creators. And it brings, not just for me, I'm sure, but and you can see in the comments of all the live chat, it brings so much joy and hope. And, you know, I think it even takes away a bit of, you know, the blockages as creators that we may encounter during such times, because I can definitely say, you know, as creative as I can be, you know, times like this too, like it is hard, apart from not performing live, you know, you go into different deep thought of things, and it can block you from being able to, you know, put pen to paper and, you know, get something, or, you know, get a sound going and feel that inspiration, you know what I mean? But definitely, yeah, the live streams are so helpful and so inspirational, and yeah.
I agree. So if anyone wants to check out these live streams, all you have to do is jump onto the Vibe Union Facebook page, and I guess it's all really there. Anyone's welcome to sign up to do these live streams. We've got spoken word one week and open mic the next week, so it doesn't really matter what craft or level you're at or what you're doing. We kind of want to give everyone an opportunity to I mean, have something to do during these times, because, you know, I mean, we're all going super insane, and God, it's a real downer.
And yeah, you'll be seeing me sharing in my stories on Instagram and it links over to my Ivory Archer Facebook. Like, you know, I'm I'm always loving and happy to, like, I always share, you know, the Vibe Union feet like post, the floor is yours, or the
Mm.
open spoken word,
You're our
yeah.
ambassador. You're our ambassador, Ivory. It's great how much you share our stuff.
We
I've
need
got a
to start
real
doing t-shirts,
yeah.
Vibe Union t-shirts.
Yes, absolutely. Maybe we should do the like turtlenecks for the poetry nights.
Hey, I like a bit of turtleneck.
Yeah. Like a distinguished black turtleneck, very Melbourne,
Yeah.
very poetry. Um Ivory, part of this program or show that I'm putting on now, um one of the elements is putting people on the map, but the other element is the Spotify playlist that I've been building. It's got yourself, it's got Hannah Rose, it's got
Thank you. It's
many,
so
many great
amazing.
artists.
Many.
Would you like to add a track by an artist who's kind of local to the
Um,
Spotify playlist?
definitely, definitely. I I know you know this amazing young artist. He goes by the name of Fungi, coolest rapper
Yeah.
ever.
I do have a fungi track in there. It'd be interesting to see if you pick the one that I've put on there already, but please.
Okay. Um, I'm really like I enjoy a lot of his music.
Yeah.
I find it very real and raw, very true to who he really is. Authentic, like he's very authentic in what he
Yes.
does.
Yes.
Um, but I'm really loving um, Come Up.
Come up. All right. Let's add
Have
it.
you got that?
No, I had a back end, and there's a feature
That
with
back
it.
end is so good. Yeah,
Is good too, but
so
yeah,
good.
I don't think I've listened to Come Up, so we've added it. I'll like it, and
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that track's got to be in there. I highly recommend it. And yeah, shout outs to Fungi.
hey, when did you
Uh,
run into a fungi? Was it a Get Down show by chance at Horse Bazaar?
no, the first time I ever met Fungi was at Lyrebird Lounge through you guys. He was performing for a Vibe Union night.
That was the first time you met fungi. Oh, true.
The first
Cool.
time, and I saw him perform with Tuli
Yes,
from
yes.
Sydney
The
with
Sydney
all of his.
outfit too. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And then from there, we just slowly, got to, link up through, DMs on Instagram and stuff
yeah.
like that. And then, we just very like always very like welcoming and just yeah, again, I naturally gravitated to his way of, artistry and what he had
Mm.
to say his music. And then another thing that he like led me on to, which I'm so grateful for. Um, he had he had something going on in his stories regarding a radio program in New Zealand,
Right.
Monday nights, and he was part of a massive competition. But it also you could put you through your submissions. But if it wasn't for Fungi, I wouldn't have known this. So I've never been played really realistically on, Aussie Melbourne radio, but because of
Sure.
Fungi, I've got, big credit, like so grateful for him. Yeah, my track got played over in New Zealand underneath the sheets.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
and, yeah, and
Um.
then I saw him at the Get Down events performing and he blew me away again.
Yeah.
So
That's so
yeah,
cool.
big love to him. Yeah,
Fungi is somebody I should definitely have on this stream. I mean, he's been out there doing
definitely.
his thing for 6+ years with some kind of serious intent behind it. Great performer, um, great attitude, great energy, and he also is really good at connecting with other tastemakers like yourself. It's cool that he put you on the same way that you put other people on. So obviously, like the energy and the karma's out there for you, Ivory.
Yeah, it's that beautiful exchange of, from one artist to another, and you recognize one another.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing more. It's just simply, it's real and it's there. And you know,
It's real and
yeah,
it's
big
there.
shout out to Fungi.
Awesome. That's great. They're great recommendations.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you like it, and I'm
So-
glad that you didn't have to come up on there.
Yes, me too. And it's cool because, like, I mean, with the playlist that I got going, I don't want to add like a whole bunch of the same artist on there. But the other
Yeah,
track that I had with
definitely.
Fungi was a collab with somebody else. So I feel like a collab with somebody else in his own track. That makes perfect sense. It fits.
Cool.
Um, your most recent single release was Hellcat, is that right?
Sure was.
Which is what we started the episode with. Very much encourage
Thank
people to
you.
check that out. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how you came to make that track? Any of the feelings, the inputs that kind of made the track happen, and after that, kind of let us know what's next in store for you.
Yeah, certainly. Thank you. Yeah. Hellcat. Basically, yeah. First off, I can start off by saying, you know, through meeting you guys, Vibe Union, and like diving into seeing what you guys are bringing to the table, and in terms of rap, R&B, hip hop, even though I've grown up on a lot of those sounds,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't, I hadn't really, you know, grasped into, like, I hadn't really come out yet with a track, or it didn't organically flow for me yet to have written anything, and come up with a sound that I felt I could flow with. But you
Right.
guys, Vibe Union, watching all of you guys and listening to you guys as well, it really inspired me. And I thought, right, um, I'm ready to, write about something true to me, of course. And I'm ready to, this is a great time for me to get involved, kind of girl rap style
Mm-hmm.
as an artist,
Mm-hmm.
showcase myself like this.
Yes.
It just felt right. The timing felt right. And what happened was, and yeah, you guys inspired me so much. And what happened was, a few months ago, my partner Billy, he started, producing and diving into his own like recording programs and
Yeah.
sounds, and making beats and stuff like that. So, one fine day, here he is. He created a beat, and I was just like, "Hang on a minute, what was that?" Because it just, I gravitated to it. I was like, "Okay,
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, I think I can actually flow with this, and something can come out of this lyrically." So it was like a lucky collision of having that available to me, where
Right.
the beat
Right.
was like in my face. It was, and it was a beautiful thing. It came at the right time. I was looking for something, but I needed, just needed the right beat to come along, and it did. And then the lyrics flowed from there. Actually, it came over like a night of like about 5 nights.
Mm-hmm.
All the lyrics happened in my sleep.
Wow. Powerful.
So I
Tapped
was
in.
waking myself up and going, and like it was, because I was still, even though I've grown up on hip hop and rap, but my genres are more poppy. What I've done in the past, it's more pop or chilled, or
Mm-hmm.
big R&B sultry. I had to sort of do it in stages, and just
Right.
going back and forth and going, okay, is this really sounding right? And am I saying what I want to say without not sounding organic
Mm-hmm.
and in my own true way? So I really want to define that. And yeah, I feel, I'm very happy with the way it turned out. It got recorded, like it got fully mastered, and I recorded the vocal on the beat at Culture Sound
Yep. Shout outs to
with
Ollie.
Ollie.
Yep.
Shout out to Ollie. And again, that was a whole different experience on another level for me as well, because it was like the first time I worked with somebody completely new straight off the bat. I put my trust in her, universally. It flowed well. So thankful for it. And I'm really happy with the way Ollie brought, the vocal, to life, and the chops and it was just
Look, the production, because there's one thing to put down good takes, and there's another thing to get creative about, like, layering and doing odd things. Obviously, Ollie has a mountain of experience. And shout out to the Culture Sound podcast that he puts on. Probably one of the best.
What he does.
One of the best shows. That's similar to this. He's an inspiration for some of the stuff that I do.
100%.
Yes.
I have to say, like yourself and Ollie, I really feel like, shout outs to both of you, because I feel like your streams together with his and podcasts, they have a lot of substance, and it's important. So I just wanted to mention that.
I appreciate that. Totally. It's, it's tough because the temptation is just to talk about real surface level stuff and maybe like, just very like standard artist questions. But for example, like knowing that you're a rebellious romantic, and that's like this term or thing that, is part of your world and your operating system, I guess. That's important stuff to bring into an interview, because nobody else knows that shit. So somebody's gonna get it to them.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. But it was an amazing, definitely different and amazing experience that kind of put me, I guess, kind of on the map of, local Melbourne sort of rap.
Yeah.
And Hellcat was the track for me. So
you nailed it.
Thanks for like, bumping and grinding to it.
There's
vibing out to it.
There's no denial that you can rap. So continue to write raps, not just raps, do everything else. But yeah, that's very good. What's next?
Thank you,
Ivory. What's the next step for you? What's happening in the next couple months? You said there was a few gigs. Hopefully they'll go through. But any songs or things you're working on?
Shall I spill a little bit?
You can spill whatever you'd like.
Am I allowed to?
Wow. I mean, you're the person with the power. I'm a mere mediator.
Yeah. Look, I'm always forever creating as much as I can. There's definitely. Let's hope things open up for Melbourne. We could do these gigs.
Yeah.
And showcase each other, showcase more artists, showcase myself. And definitely there's going to be a new release soon.
Mm-hmm.
Have no official date yet.
Okay.
Shall I say the title?
Just say the title of the track. Yeah, please.
My next release will be coming up soon. Stay tuned. It's called Day by Day. And I wrote it a while ago, but, recorded it again in stages. I will be working with amazing people doing the video.
Yeah, right. Fiction Film Studio and Amutha. So myself and Amutha.
And Amutha, the goddess Amutha.
Yeah, we're very lucky. Thank you for getting us on board. We're going to make you something beautiful, we hope. We wish.
So, thank you. I'm so excited for that. So that's definitely, I think it's enough, and it's great to be looking forward to, that project.
Yes.
And I don't want to do, too much all at once at this stage. Obviously, we're limited, but with what's on hand, I'm just so grateful for. And that's what's coming up next.
Brilliant.
For me.
I love it. Ivory, I think we've ticked all the boxes. We've become grounded. We've put people on the map. We've vibed. We talked good stuff. Any final words that you'd like to throw to the people briefly before we let them go?
Definitely. Well, what I usually say to most, but a direct message is, just enjoy the art that is you. That's for everybody. You know, let's keep strong and positive and together, and you know, create as much as we can, and be in touch as a community. You know, don't be shy. Get involved in live streams. You know, open up yourself again. It definitely helped me. Even someone as myself that's done so many live gigs. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I shied away. Like it felt, you know, very abnormal for me not to have that connection, but I would say, yeah, get on board on these Vibe Union live streams because it's going to make you feel a whole lot better. And yeah, and enjoy the art that is you. You
Brilliant.
know,
Couldn't have said it any
and
better myself.
romanticize.
Romanticize life. Stay rebellious in your romance. Thanks again, Ivory. Big ups to everyone who came through and dropped in today. Remember to follow me on Twitch. You know, this is very important. Follow me on Twitch. Any support you want to do, you want to give, it's all great. I'm Dilly Dave, and you've been grounded. Thank you.
Hey.